Hello, hello. Yeah, I took a few minutes because I felt a sudden urge to put some lighting on. I don't know why. Normally, I think this. To be fair, I have nothing. I don't have any professional gear. Okay, but normally the light on top of me that's pretty good enough. I think it's a good light. I mean, it's a normal light that I use for my day to day life. But yeah, I when I looked at the screen, I was like, ah, that needs more light. So I decided to put this thing on. You might notice I'm very bright right now because of this extra light that I put on. I think at this point I have like two two or three different very cheap ring lights. And oh, but by the way, yeah, I that's the thing. I had this new arm for on my desk. My desk has like three different arms now. This mic arm, the monitor, and then this new thingy that I plan to potentially use for the camera if I want to like do overhead shots of my desk, and then as of now I'm using it for the light, just as a last minute thing. Hello everyone, sorry I started yapping again. Welcome. I feel like some of you might be new. I'm not sure. Let me know if it's the first time you're watching and where you're watching from. Murat, Kamil, hello. Ludwig, I know Ludwig. It's CRB Go. Saluton. How are you doing? Yeah, welcome to Rhapsody Lingo. I'm Israel, and this is what I sometimes do. I guess I did do this a lot back in August. Now I'm like taking it slow. I do like one stream in a while, and it's as far as I enjoy it, I think that's good enough. Yeah, merhaba. Is that the merhaba I'm thinking? Is that Turkish? I hope it is, because I don't speak any other language that has merhaba. I know it's originally from Arabic or something, right? Or potentially Persian, but probably got it from Arabic. Wait, it means like, does it mean like welcome in Arabic, if I remember? Samai. Do you say Samai, Jacob? I recently, I don't know, you probably missed that, but I recently made a new friend that I've been texting in Welsh with, and my friend was like, "Oh, feels so unnecessary to select Shemai. Just say hello." Hello. That's like a normal person. That's what they said. I'm just quoting. I think both work. I can't tell like where people say Shemai and where people say Shemai though. I just stick to Shemai when I'm writing emails. Um, that's it. Actually, so I've been writing some Welsh emails lately, literally today, because uh if you guys, I don't know how many of you guys watching now in the future are in like the Welsh learning community. If you are, you might know the podcast Doctoriaeth Cymraeg, and then it just so happens that I'm going to Wrexham in like a couple of weeks, a bit over a week, and I'm like, oh, might as well try to look for them because they're usually around that area, and then that's why I've been writing a lot of Welsh emails because of this. Hello, alien. I prefer using Sumai or Yawn. Feels more Welsh. That is probably true. It is like quite a bit Welsher, if that's a word. Cymraegach. You're here to treat your headache. Oh, that's not a good idea. I'm probably gonna give you a bigger headache. Like if you watch me, I'm just yapping on, and like that's gonna give you a big headache. I realized wearing white is not ideal for the chat. You see, you can barely see anything. So I'm just gonna like really impromptu. I'm gonna change it to something darker so that people watching now in the future can actually see the freaking chat. Just give me a couple of minutes. That looked horrible. I'm gonna put you on a waiting screen. This is a technical interruption. And I'm back. See, much better. I guess the text is a little bit sort of getting in the way as well, but that's a huge improvement. Yeah, the things I would do for a good looking video. Not that I know a lot about video, but yeah. Hello humans, hello non-humans, hello to everyone who is here. But yeah, we're talking about like I don't know, I guess language purism, because if you guys didn't know, like basically any Welsh speaker would use a lot of English words in their language, as I demonstrated in the video that I posted recently. Not demonstrated, but like I explained. There's a lot of like code switching and a huge amount of English words inside the modern Welsh language, and then there are native equivalents of those English words, but then you're like, should I use that? Does it sound less natural if I use it? Or do I want to go for the more native kind of vibe? I don't know. It's hard to say. For now, I'm like, I'm gonna copy whoever I'm talking to. I'm gonna clone their language. I feel like that's a good way to treat language learning in general. Because I remember, cześć Eric, cześć jak tam, jak leci. When I was trying to get better at speaking English, you can see my accent video about that. There was one point when I was like, I can't learn like a specific accent unless I have a specific person in mind. So I started like trying to copy people that I watch a lot on TV. And I ended up not doing that because there is not like one person that I like so much that I constantly have their voice in my head. But I sort of figured that would be the way to go if I want to like speak a language in a very sort of authentic native fashion, I guess. But I haven't tried that in any other language because I didn't feel the need to. I think with a language like, for example, Welsh or Arabic, where like the dialectal differences are quite important, I would prefer to like find one person and just copy them. But when it comes to German, I don't know, because in German there's like one clear standard language, right? We don't have a standard language in Welsh. So in German, I can just learn the standard language and then just speak in the way that I was taught. But yeah, I feel like I eventually, if I want to learn any language to a high level, I would want to do the same thing. Just like imagine someone that I know really well, either a person I know in person, a person I know in person, person I know personally. That sounds weird. Yeah, a person I know very well, or a celebrity that I watch a lot. I would just like sort of put their voice in my head, listen to a lot so that I can like imagine how they would say a certain sentence. And then I would just clone that way of speaking, whether it's the accent or even just the vocabulary and language use. Because in Welsh, for example, I talked about the accent, but also in my last video, I talked about like different ways of speaking it, like different forms of grammar that you could choose. There's a lot of variety. And for now, in terms of just texting, I'm just literally cloning what my friend's doing. Like when my friend writes a certain contraction, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the same thing now. So basically the way I write Welsh in like text messages now, I'm practically from that same area, but speaking very different because I'm not fluent. Hello, the military of the world and hyper polyglots. Yeah, I'm sure everyone here is a hyper polyglot. Everyone's a super talented language person. I feel like polyglot, the word polyglot has a lot of like connotations that some people are a bit shy to use. Sut wyt ti heddiw? Da iawn, diolch. Sut wyt ti? Wyt ti wedi gwylio fy streams o'r blaen? Dwi ddim yn cofio chdi. Oh. Oops, you caught me with the chdi now. Yeah, it's become part of me. Copying and imitating is basically an autistic strategy. No, seriously, that's what I was talking about in my interview with our moderator, which is our last Cantonese learner highlight video, because I said I've heard a theory that people with autism are especially good at imitating people because they have had to learn and imitate every single thing that neurotypical people do in their daily lives, like how they talk to people, how they look, how they behave, and then potentially that sort of gives them a very strong foundation in just imitation in general, and then as a result they get really good at learning languages because they not that they're naturally good at it but because they are well trained at picking up the tiny things, whether in the voice or like the expressions or words and so on. So I think that is a superpower. I think, I mean, obviously that it has pros and cons, but I think that is really cool. That's a way of looking at it anyway. But I mean, I'm not aware whether I'm I have any neurodivergence, but I try to do that as well. And when it comes to English accents, by the way, because you asked about English accents, I oftentimes I think right now I have the voice in my head. Like when you say, "Oh, can you do like Glasgow?" or "Can you do like Scouse?" I have the voice in my head, but I don't have the practice to bring it out, to put the voice in my mouth, I guess. So I guess potentially if I really trained myself, I could do accents, but as of now, I don't really have the practice. I haven't done any practice. So I think learning one accent is hard enough, which is what I'm doing. I'm speaking the way I speak right now, and then like sometimes when I hear some feature in an accent that I really like, I just pick it up. I was just talking with my friend yesterday about some tiny things in Scottish accents, not the obvious things, but tiny things. Like they always say "I think" instead of "I think," or this "hing," and I kind of like how it sounds for no reason. I like how "I think" sounds. So I started saying not saying "I think," but like I weaken the th. So it's like I think. I say "I think" now, just because I like how the Scottish version sounds. I don't know. I find it interesting. It's a fun hobby to pick up on these tiny things. But is it hard for me to switch? It is very hard for me to switch accents. Mainly because I guess it's a confidence thing. I'm not good at doing any accent, so I can't really switch that easily. I think it's a skill that you need to learn. It's not something that comes naturally. It's not a talent. Wiener Deutsch. Oder? Hallo. No. Servus, Oder. You speak English and Polish on autistic level. What level is that? Is that like a hyper fluent level? Never. I'm trying to imagine what that might be. I'm gonna put yes. Now the chat is firmly on the black part of the screen. Polyglot. Pentaglot, I think. Pentaglot. Right? Penta is Greek, right? I don't know Greek. Yeah. Because Latin is quinta. Quintilingual, pentaglot. I think pentaglot is pretty much. I don't know. I don't think there is like necessarily a standard definition of a polyglot or a hyper polyglot, right? Poly just is a lot, and then hyper is a lot. But if you go to Hupia, you know, the hyper polyglot association, then they say it's like 6. But then they also say unless you speak like a lesser known language, like a niche one, then they count it more as more important. So I think that's cool. Let's see. Hexaglot, heptaglot. English Samoan, Tokeluan, and Tuva. Oh my god, Fiti, that is so cool. And that's such a cool combination. I think I've always wanted to learn some sort of Polynesian language. But I just don't have the motivation to do it. I need some practical reason to do it. But I think if I did, I might actually consider Maori, because there's more resources. There's more support behind it. It's like picking Welsh. There's a lot of like support behind it. Spanish and English, that's very good. I mean, I have lots of friends who are very conservative with like listing their languages, and then if I use a very like if I put the bar really high, because I could, if I put the bar really high, because I only speak Cantonese and English, because I don't speak any other language on the same level as I speak English. I'm very comfortable using English in all situations. So I could also say I can only speak Cantonese and English. I think it's just a matter of degree. It's hard to like decide where to put the line of speaking a language. You found a tutorial on learning Cantonese accent. Is that a tutorial by one of our friends? It could be, because I think one of our friends has done a tutorial. It filtered your message. I don't know what happened there. Could be. I don't know, because my mum has had that problem before. It's just a YouTube thing. I'm not in control of that. One thing you notice about English accents, about English speakers who learn Welsh, is that they all sound a bit Northern English because it pronounce as o. Do what? Bus. What? I'm confused. I mean bus in Welsh is bus with the o, right? The short one, and then like the that's a. Oh, I know what you mean. Because I've talked about it with my friend before. Because in Welsh, the letter Y in most situations, as I said in my video, there is a bit of a nuisance with the Y letter. In most situations, it's a schwa, like so the ysbyty. Except the last one. The last one is a different vowel, and it might be difficult for English speakers. I think. Well, that's when my friend sort of refuted me, because the most common belief is that the schwa, the sound, can only be unstressed in English, and that is proven to be wrong. Depends on the accent and everything, but I think most people understand this sound to be unstressed, whether or not it's conscious. So maybe when they try to stress it, it becomes a sound. So that's a potential. But also, I should probably give examples, right? Like ysbyty. Ysbyty is a good example. Ysbyty, because it's YSBYTY. It means hospital. Ysbyty. And then like potentially, I think like Northern English speakers would do like ysbyty, because they can't put the in the stress position. I guess. Ysbyty. Yeah, that sounds really Northern English. But to be fair, there is a thing called a posh Northern English accent, where it's basically RP, like Queen's English or King's English now, I guess. But instead of the sound, like but, bus, cut, they use the schwa, which is like but, cut, bus. Whereas like non-posh Northern English would be more like but, cut, bus. Or like Yorkshire would be bot, cut, bus. I don't know. I can't do accents well. I just know things about them. I try to pick up on the tiny differences, but I like how attention grabbing that this but is. Like every time I say but, people are like, oh my god, what happened to you? What happened to your accent, Israel? But yeah, I do have a very good friend from Cheshire whose accent I'm trying to clone again, with cloning people's pronunciation. By the way, everyone who's watching, press the like button now. What's wrong with you if you're not pressing it? What? I know it's easy to forget, but that's common courtesy, okay? You can count 7 if you include your mother tongue. See, there you go, a proper hyper polyglot. I think I did it. I think. That's why I say I think. What was I saying? I think, yeah. Basically, I think polyglot is more. I would be more lenient when it comes to the word polyglot. I feel like in a strict sense, to me personally, in a strict sense, polyglot is someone who speaks like, I don't know, like 4 languages-ish, but in a general sense, which is the sense I prefer, I think polyglot nowadays just means someone who loves learning languages and doesn't really matter how many you speak. But hyperpolyglot, I think you might refer to like the Hyperpolyglot Association or other people who have opinions on it. I don't really have one. I'm happy just being a polyglot in the I love languages sense. Practical motivation. I wouldn't say food is practical motivation, because like it doesn't really, like, learning a language doesn't really enable me to eat more foods in most cases. Especially when it comes to like Maori or Welsh, right? I could just go there and speak English. It's not gonna help me eat more of the local dishes than I already do. It has good resources and doesn't have 30 possessive pronouns. I don't know what that means. Do you mind explaining, Fiti? That I know so little about those languages. I've tried Hawaiian on Duolingo and that's it. That's all I know about any Austronesian. Austronesian, is that the word? I'm scared now. That is the word, right? Is that the word? Yeah, okay. About that language family. I'm see that I'm not a linguist. I just like languages. I like linguistics, but I'm not a linguist. That's why like sometimes I'm afraid that I might misspeak and say the wrong word, or I don't know, the wrong concept or theory. You can't even speak 3 languages. That's fine. Rwy'n ynganu fel weithiau if I'm lazy. What? That's ironic. So the Y begins with what? That's ironic, because like is the, as I said in English, is a lazy sound, like about. But you're doing the other way. Where are you from, Fiti? Because when you listed your languages, you didn't list Welsh, so I have no idea if you speak it or not. Because obviously you've typed two messages in Welsh, but you don't claim to speak it. There are apparently several subcategories of posh accents. That definitely they're English. I mean, I can only speak for British English, right? I think class is a big thing in terms of British accents, and area is sort of secondary. So and it's sort of like intertwined, like it's intersectional. If you're in London and you're posh, you have an accent. If you're like working class in London, you have a different accent, but like working class in the north would have different accents from the south, and posh people in the north have different accents from the south, and so on. What's your opinion on the Google Translator for Welsh? I recently, I mean, I use it once in a while, but I recently tried looking something up. I don't know if I took a screenshot of it. Give me a second. And it made a spelling mistake. Oh yeah, I can show you this one. I'm like, why? Since when do you make spelling mistakes? This one. That's a little screenshot that I made. Welsh speakers in the audience, can you see the problem? I'll give you a couple of minutes while I read more chat. But in English, you're just a peasant. I don't know. I mean, you don't really have the class connotations when you have a foreign accent. I guess like French accents would be like posh just because of the stereotypes. Don't go using it to translate official documents or road signs. Oh, that is great. I am in a Facebook group that's called Arwyddion Gwael Cymru or something. It's about bad signs in Welsh and in Wales, basically, because there's a lot of times they do like Google Translate or some other bad ways of translating English into the Welsh for the signs, and then it is hilarious. I think this morning I saw something. Yeah. I saw a picture from the Amgueddfa Genedlaethol, which is a national museum in Cardiff, and then it says this till is close. Till. Oh, in British English, till is like the what do you call that in other Englishes? Like the place where you pay. What do you call that? I don't know, the counter or something. The till, and then till, which is the same spelling as like the synonym of until. So what? So there is a sign saying please go to the other till, but then in Welsh it said a llall nes. First of all, llall is an adjective meaning the other one. You don't use it before the noun. You don't use it that way. And then it said nes, which is literally until. So that is hilarious. So they translated till to like until instead of the pay point. Tragwyddol. Oh, tragwyddol. Oh, that makes sense. Tragwydd. Okay, that makes sense actually. Okay. In that case, I can see it. So potentially, so Jacob explains that potentially this might be like an old spelling, which I can see because there are quite a few words that have changed in that way, where like there's way too many syllables and they just take away some of them, I guess. But yeah, that's interesting. Basically, don't trust in like like any sort of machine translation when it comes to small languages. I've demonstrated using ChatGPT in Welsh on stream, and then even though it has been pretty reliable so far, I take everything with a grain of salt because I just know that it can make mistakes, because I know it can in Cantonese. Google Translate is very new in Cantonese. It makes lots of mistakes. It's extremely vulgar, at least when it first came out. So I just take everything with a grain of salt. And for Welsh, similar, even though it has a longer history. Okay, I need to go through chat faster. I'm yapping a bit too much. Fitty, you have to use a dictionary. Oh, you are from Samoa. Okay, but you have an interest in Welsh. Maybe that's why you found my streams, I guess. Austronesian. Thank God. Okay, I was right. Yeah, it is very interesting to learn those languages, but it's just, yeah, again, I need concrete motivation. Right now, my motivation for learning Welsh is at an all-time high because, as I said in my last stream, I have been texting non-stop in Welsh for the past week, and it's been such a great. I mean, it was already pretty high. Now I'm like all-time high. I just want to get really good at this language, and most importantly, speak it, because right now I can text pretty well, but when it comes to like speaking and listening, I still struggle a bit. So middle class accent. Tongan possessive for my plural reference, ordinary, emphatic, alienable. See, I get the alienable and inalienable. Oh, okay. So it's like the two different possessives in Hawaiian, but more, I guess. Hello, Strawberry. Jak tam? Wszystko w porządku? My Polish is shit now. I had a meeting in Polish yesterday, as I said in my last stream, and then I just feel like I'm following perfectly, but the words are not coming out when I'm trying to speak, just because I haven't had like a proper conversation in Polish since I was in Poland in May. So that meeting was actually my first one since May, other than speaking to you guys here. You have a friend one day and they had a wedding flyer and they decided to get the flyers also in Welsh. The translation place, translator office closes at 10 a.m. onto it. Oh, well, you're lucky that it's so obvious then. could have been a lot worse. Sorry. I was getting excited to tell you something I saw on the internet, and then I just coughed. I saw a post on Threads. Oh, by the way, hello Phoebe. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you caught one. Good to see you. You're from DC. Very cool. Yeah. Have you been watching my stuff for a while, or do you just find it? Yeah. So I saw a post on Threads. I don't know how many of you are on Threads. I feel like it's not as common in Europe, but I saw one where apparently the LinkedIn app translates share quote into like share the quote as in the price, share the quote price in French. And then the person who posted it just complained to LinkedIn, and then LinkedIn was like, yeah, but no, well, if you translate it back to English, it does say share quote. So so I replied, this is the most monolingual response I've ever seen from what do you call that, from a large company. I might be able to find that response for you guys. It is hilarious. Replies, no, reposts, no, it should be in replies. There we go. I can show you guys this one. It's so good. Yeah, it is just about, yeah, it's about like designing software for different languages. The original post was about German words being too long for apps that are designed for English. And then this one, yeah, LinkedIn says it means share quote as in like, you know, quotation, but then in French, I don't speak French that well, but apparently it means like the quote price. And then I was like, this is aggressively monolingual, and you have my permission to use this phrase in whatever social media post you like. I love saying this, aggressively monolingual. I don't like to diss monolingual people, but when people's lack of familiarity about how languages work, when this actually affects other people's quality of life, for example in this situation, then I'm like, yeah, time to roast them. Aggressively monolingual. Anyway, what was I? Google Translate should be an aid to learning, not a way to read and communicate with people. I agree. Basically, I have ways to fact check things. Like when I'm not sure about something, I just put it in a dictionary. I trust dictionaries way more for obvious reasons. And the dictionary can tell me important information that lots of people overlook, like collocation, like what preposition a word goes with. In my last video, I had an example of balch, which means I'm glad. We want to say I'm glad to do something. Say doing valch ors, which translates to I'm glad of doing something. Welsh uses the Welsh collocations uses the of or, like, which means off, a lot more than English does. So I look at a dictionary for that kind of stuff, and sometimes it surprises me because it's not intuitive. It's like any other language. There is like things that surprise you. I can't read that long Thai word. The thing with Thai alphabet, right? The Thai script is that it's so freaking small, and it's like so intricate. There is. You guys can see that. Is that still on screen? Yeah, see this one. It is like the same height as the Latin alphabet when you print it out like this, but there's like so much more details. And when I'm reading it on my screen, I mean, my screen's not that high resolution. It's like, okay, I can't read anything at all. I can try probably. I am going to try, actually. Hold on. I'm going to actually have to look like this. Ga sa tai. I give up. But the tall things, the tall things over here on the Thai word, I can't see which tall letter it is. There's like two tall letters that are pronounced I, and then one that is pronounced O, and I can't tell which is which. Not with this size. Can I apply without SAT and ACT? What are those things? Viti papanis sentai lubilusan. That is. Oh, hold on. You have the schwa letter. That is Azeri. Can I? I'm not gonna try reading Azeri. Azerbaycanca çok eğlencelidir. Oh wait, I can read that. Does that? Sorry, I went back a bit. It's gone on the screen now. Anyway, so is that like Azeri is very fun? Eğlenceli. Yeah, eğlence in Turkish that is like entertainment and fun. Fit Papanistan Tyler. I don't know what Tyler is. Bilirsan. You found my channel this summer. Yay! Aspiring polyglot. You get there very soon. I think, again, as I said earlier, I don't know if you were there, but I think polyglot is a state of mind. So if you enjoy language learning, I think you are a polyglot already. Obviously, it helps to speak many languages. But if you enjoy it, then it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. What have I done this summer? Probably, yeah, because I've been streaming this summer. Miło, że pytasz. U mnie wszystko super. Mam nadzieję, że u ciebie też nie ma go najgorzej. Is that a common thing to say, Strawberry? Nie ma najgorzej. Why? I said it with a weird accent. Why did I do that? Nie ma najgorzej. There is not the worst. It feels so Polish because like it's so pessimistic. I love it. Bence Azerbaycanca bilmeyen herkese öğren. I don't know the last one, öğrenin, the one you're shouting. But I'm assuming that means like, I think that to everyone who doesn't know Azeri, right? Bilmeyen. Everyone who doesn't know Azeri, I don't know what that last one is. Öğren. Oh, is it like learn it? Do you mean learn it? Öğrenin. Oh, öğrenin. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a form. You should do something. So Thai is not for people with many. What is that word? It's normally used to express the optical power of a lens or curved mirror, which is a physical quantity equal to the reciprocal of the. Is it like when you're very short-sighted? Is that what you mean? I guess, yeah. It's really hard to read. Oh, another one. Come on, you're just bullying me now, Turtle. I can't read that. Kun put pasa Thai daimai. Oh, hey, I can read the I can read the IPA version. Thank you very much, Fiti. Yeah, kun put pasa Thai daimai. Wait, how do you say mai? Do you say just mai? Or do you say mai Thai? I don't speak Thai, but I know some basic sentences. Kun put, you speak Pasa Thai, that is Thai language. Dai can, right? You successfully speak it. Dai mai. It's fun. I went through like some basic Thai like videos and lessons, and there's a lot of stuff that is quite directly translatable from Cantonese. That's why it was surprisingly easy. Especially the dai is like successfully do something. If you speak Cantonese, that's like do. That's my interpretation of it. I don't actually speak Thai. I got the impression that it is like our corresponding word. Okay. I made the same mistake again. I've basically been speaking for this whole time until like people started dropping out. So I'm gonna do my actual studying as usual. You see, I put on my headphones. That means things are getting serious. But polyglot is an identity. I feel like anyone can be a polyglot. It's pretty, because there is also the question of whether like people who grow up speaking many languages are polyglots, and there are a lot of places in the world where people just naturally speak 4 or 5 languages, like India, and then or lots of places in Africa, and they have never heard of the idea of polyglot. and they might not agree or identify with the label for whatever personal reason. So that's why I say polyglot is a state of mind. Like even if you speak 2 languages, but you enjoy the process, you are trying to learn more languages, I think you're a polyglot. But if you grew up speaking 4 or 5, but you hate languages, you just did it out of necessity, you don't enjoy any bit of it, then you don't necessarily have to identify as one. So I feel like polyglot should be a self-identity, not something that you put on people. That's my take anyway, but that could be potentially be a hot take. Hold on. Janle is that is still Azeri, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna pretend it's Turkish, okay? Forgive me because I don't even speak Turkish, so let alone Azeri. Canlı yayımların sosyallaşmak. Is it like to socialize? Üçün or yeah, welcome Camille, welcome to the club. That's a first member to join during a stream. Actually, for a start, yay! This is exciting. We already have a channel member, and I had it just randomly showed up. It's not someone on chat. It's just someone that randomly joined, and I'm really grateful. But it was like a big surprise. Now we have the first one that I've interacted with, and so it's also exciting. So welcome to Let's Get Started. Anyone else, if you want to join for like special perks like funny emojis and watch this extended cuts of, for example, my interview with Matt, then join the channel membership. But I was gonna say, important thing. So channel members can use like special fun wacky emojis that I made in like comments and chat, right? But turns out there is a limit for how many I can make until I have a certain number of members. So like if more of you join, I can add new ones, and you can suggest them if you want. Currently we have stupid ones from that have like my face on it. This one. But well, okay. Anyway, I'm trying to read that as Azerbaijani. Is the language is called Azeri, right? If I'm not mistaken. İçin olduğunu hissederim. I feel so that's I don't know. Something socializing is something. That's all I got. Polyglot is a preference in dating. Yeah, definitely. Someone do that. Some people avoid dating monolinguals. Oh my god, guys! Now you can see the color. That is so cool. Sorry, I get excited because Camille is helping me test out a lot of things, a lot of customization that I did for this chat overlay. Because before I couldn't test that because I didn't have any members in the chat, but now we do. So let me know if you like this funny this baby blue. Now we have all the colors. We have the normal ones. Normal ones are like light purple. Members are a baby blue. Me, I have the special purple. I'm like the whatever. And then moderator Matmat has the red that just happens to be the same as a bow emoji. And it was an actual coincidence that worked out perfectly for her. What? Do you call it Azerbaijani? You call it Azerbaijani? Okay, fair enough. I know that Azerbaijani and Azeri are like Malaysian and Malay because it's like related to the country versus related to the ethnicity, but I'm not sure which one to use for the language. Monolingual betas. See, I don't want to like look down on people who are monolingual in general, because I feel like it's not necessarily their fault that they didn't have the opportunities or the motivation to learn the language. Sometimes I just feel bad for them. But when your lack of not even languages, just understanding of the diversity of languages, when your lack of understanding affects other people, then I'm gonna totally hate on you. So yeah, I think it's important. I think it's part of it should be like common knowledge to understand that people who speak different languages have different way of expressing things. That should be obvious. It's just like some people like to talk about like diversity of, I don't know, cultures, races, sexuality, or whatever. But people sometimes forget about languages as well. And I'm gonna tell one more story before I get into the actual practice, because there's a secondhand story. Okay, it's not from myself, but I have a friend of mine has got into like arguments with people on the internet for misgendering people. And the thing is, it's not on purpose. Like, if it's on purpose, then I also disagree with that. You shouldn't misgender people on purpose. But if it's not on purpose, then I think you can't really blame them, because my friend in that situation just had a slip of the hand, I guess, because in Cantonese we don't have grammatical genders. We just have one third person pronoun. So a lot of Cantonese speakers, or Sinitic speakers in general, have trouble with using the right third person pronoun, he or she or they, especially when it's like speaking like you're using the language orally. And I think you can't blame them, because it's not like a fundamental part of their system. If it's not on purpose, obviously. I recently saw one example. I think it's in Everything Everywhere All at Once, where the mother is a Cantonese speaker and she often like uses the wrong pronoun, and I think you can't really blame her. You can't blame her. Alpha beta is an insult vocabulary. Yeah, but like if you use it ironically, I think it's okay. Like most people I know in the polyglot community use like alpha and beta ironically. Hello. Oh, that's a lot of hellos. Sinitic speakers often just say he for everyone. I think it depends. Most people I've met, mostly because I meet them in the UK, right? So most people I've met are okay with the pronoun genders, but I mean, well, occasionally if you use the wrong one, it's not like a sin. Again, if it's not on purpose. So I'm back here. Look, guys, this is. Oh, if you guys missed the last stream, the reason I need to do more Welsh streams is because my new the course I recently started, the advanced course, actually started in unit 3, because the same group of people had previously in their intermediate course, they had not only finished the intermediate course but also 2 units of the advanced course. So now I'm catching up. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this. And then if I have time left and I have energy, I'm gonna do some typing practice. But I'm just gonna work on this for now. So let's see how difficult advanced is. Hold on. This is bad. This is bad. Where is it? Oh no! The play button is gone. I mean the what do you call that? The progress bar. The progress bar is gone. So now I can't rewind it. I have to actually listen to it. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to prep for this then. How do you feel about studying a language just for travel? I'm going to Scotland next year, and you want to study Scottish Gaelic. You hope to continue with it after the trip. I mean, your case is a special case, right? Learning Scottish Gaelic for going to Scotland is extremely. I mean, I'm just gonna be direct with it. It's useless. Okay. It's useful for. It's good for many other reasons, and I wholeheartedly support learning Gaelic, but not for traveling. There is no reason to learn it for traveling, unfortunately. I wish that was not the case, but it's the case. So I think your case, I can't really like generalize it, but in general, I don't know. I don't do it. My friends do it, and I think it's a prerogative. It's fun, I guess, to try to use it, but unless it's necessary, like in some countries it's necessary, but in lots of countries now, especially in Europe, it's not necessary, and I don't do it personally, because I want to learn languages that I will stay with for a longer time, but it's a very personal thing. If you were to learn one language of a choice, what would it be? Yeah, what I'm gonna pin this. I know, or like, how do I make it a question? Can I actually do that? No. No, okay, never mind. Yep. Guys, what would you would well, I can't English now. If you were to learn one language, what would it be? Answer Turtle. I mean, Turtle asks guys. So, and meanwhile, I'm gonna prepare for this listening practice because I can't rewind it this time. Iddo fo ei hun. Mae Will ac Elin yn gweithio efo'i gilydd. Maen nhw'n cael brecwast yn ffreitur y gwaith, ac mae Will yn deud ei fod wedi gosod her iddo fo ei hun. Bob 5 bob ochr. Cael gwared ar codi pwysau, cyhyrau. Oh, it's going to be like physical challenge. Hollol benderfynol, melys, pethau iachus, wneud hynny ddim drwg y gampfa. Be mae Will yn ei gael i brecwast? Be mae Will? Be mae Will? I remember Welsh uses a lot of dark L's. And ei Will yn ei gael i brecwast. Be di her Will? Erbyn pryd mae o eisiau cyflawni'r her. Pa marfer cwrdd mae wedi wneud. Acheb bod o fwych iach i ginio. Codi pwysau. Da chi'n medru meddwl am eiriau eraill. Mae'n bosib ei rhoi o flaen y gair pwysau. That is difficult. Da chi'n medru meddwl am eiriau eraill. Mae'n bosib ei rhoi ar ôl codi. I'm just going to try it. Let's see what language people learn. Only one, I guess, if you had to choose one. Russian is a gateway for Slavic languages. I might dispute that. Because Russian is like the outlier in Slavic languages. It's the weirdest one because of all the like non-European influences. English on a C2 level. Fair enough. That's a fair point. Breton or Cornish. I mean, I do want to learn Breton at some point. But I have a friend of mine, another Welsh-speaking friend of mine, who said, "Don't learn Breton. They sound so weird. they do everything weird." But I like how I don't know. Breton just sounds really French, and Cornish sounds really English, and so I can't really pick between them. Okay, I'm gonna attempt. This is my hair. Hair is a challenge. This is my hair. I'm gonna see how well I can understand this.
Bore da, Will. Sut wyt ti bore yma?
Wedi blino braidd Elin. A ti?
Dim yn ddrwg, diolch. Be ti'n bita, Will?
Iogwrt a ffrwytha.
Dim byd arall? Dim cig moch, dim tost?
Na, dwi wedi dechrau deiart arbenni.
Ti? Pam?
Dwi wedi gosod her i fy hunan. Dwi eisiau cael gwared ar y bol ma, a dwi eisiau cyhyrau mawr. Dwi eisiau bod yn ffit cyn cael fy mhen blwydd yn 40.
Pryd mae dy ben blwydd?
Mis Mehefin.
Dim ond 3 mis i ffwrdd? Waw, mae gen ti lawer o waith i wneud.
Diolch yn fawr. Wel, rwy ti'n iawn. Mae gen i lawer o waith i wneud. Ond dwi'n hollol benderfynol. Mae rhaid i mi lwyddo. Dwi wedi stopio bwyta pethau melys. Dwi'n bwyta llawer o gi gwyn a salad a phethau iachus rwan.
Wyt ti wedi dechrau gwneud ymarfer corff hefyd?
Do. Mi redes i 10 milltir wythnos dwytha. Mi chwaraeus i bêl-droed 5 o bochor dros y penwythnos, ac mi es i'r gampfa neithiwr i godi pwysa. Dwi wedi blino'n lân. Ond, mae'n rhaid i mi fynd i redeg amser cinio.
Amser cinio heddiw? Fedri di ddim.
Pam?
Ti'n cofio, da ni'n mynd i'r dafarn amser cinio? Mae pen blwydd alwenna. Rwy ti di archebu'r bwyd yn barod ag wedi talu amdano fo. Mi archebais di dy ffefryn, dwi'n meddwl. Sglodion, wy a gamwn.
Do. Mi anghofies i am hynny. Wel, naethon ni ddim drwg. Ond paid a gadael i fi weld y pwdin siocled.
Okay, that was actually pretty fast. That is pretty fast. It's pointless from a usage perspective. Maybe I'm in denial that I really want to learn it. I mean, it sounds bad. I'm just being a pragmatist here because I love Gaelic, but it's just you're not gonna go to a random place and start speaking to people in Gaelic. It's like even in Welsh, like there's a lot of people who speak Welsh, but I haven't been able to just go and talk to a stranger in Welsh, let alone Gaelic. So I feel like with these kind of minority languages, you sort of have to know where to go or know people already in order to be able to use it in real life. That's what I mean when I say it's pointless to learn it for travel. And again, I think that's a sad thing, but that's reality in my opinion. Serbo creation is a good entry if you. Hello, Fretsky. I haven't seen you in a while. Didn't know you were here. You plan on learning several. Yeah, Serbo creation is I think. Wait, what did it say? It's like the average Slavic language. Is it Slovak? Slovak or yeah, I think it's Slovak. Slovak is like average Slavic. I've heard. Indonesian's call. What about Samai, Philip? What about Latin? Would that help open the door to learn other languages? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Latin opens the door to languages? I guess it's helpful to know like the Latin roots, but at the same time, you don't necessarily learn the roots through learning Latin. You sort of just know it from like English words, French words, and so on. Proto-Austrian. Oh my goodness, that is intense. Learning a proto language. Did we even have a good construction for that? Yeah, you need to reconstruct it. Adamic language. Oh, like the original language, whatever that is. Choose among those you've been studying them probably to improve German to C1. I would love to do that as well, Strawberry. Let's do it together. I feel like after, I mean, obviously my current project is Welsh, but like at some point I want to go back and get really good at my already good languages, specifically German, Polish. I want to get like amazing at those languages. My school Latin was amazing for even learning English. Oh, really? Okay, well, there you go. I didn't have that experience. I guess it's because I sort of, well, if you know Latin, it helps you get into the English word vocabulary, but I just went straight to English in that sense. It's a bit like how in Hong Kong we never learn any sort of romanization for Chinese characters, whereas in Taiwan they have Juyin, in China they have Pinyin and so on. So Hong Kong is kind of like the only place where we skip all the romanization and go straight to the characters. Non aprire sicut omnes linguas in Europa occidentali. Not open, I don't know what that is. I'm guessing doors. All languages. That's not genitive. That's omnes linguas. Is that the accusative? In Europa occidentali. Latin is of course amazing for Italian, obviously. The problem of wanting to start a minority language when you have 5 still pending of the... It is a struggle. I made a short video like a while back where I said my New Year's resolution is not to learn a new language, and that is exactly like that. I haven't been as tempted to actually dive into a new language for a while. I mean, I've been tempted, but not like actually as so tempted that I actually started it. No, I lied. Sorry, I lied. I mean, I started Thai. That was a lie. I started Thai. I was tempted by it. I learned the script and then I learned some vocabulary. I still am learning some vocabulary. So, yeah, but like I haven't started a new language seriously, whatever that means, seriously, for a while now. That my last one was probably BSL. No romanization like the ancients did it. Exactly. That's how we do it. We're old school like that. And the consequences, people have no unified way of romanizing it when we actually want to. And we learn nothing about Cantonese phonology. We have trouble talking about phonology and sounds, linguistic sounds in general. And that's kind of sad. But also that's kind of Chad. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this again because I didn't catch all of it. Well, how do I replay it? Why is there no like? Where the heck is a progress bar? This? Okay.
Bore da, Will. Sut wyt ti bore yma?
Wedi blino braidd Elin. A ti?
Dim yn ddrwg, diolch. Be ti'n fita, Will?
Iogwrt a ffrwytha?
Vita.
Dim byd arall? Dim cig moch, dim tost?
Na, dwi wedi dechrau deiart arbenni.
Ti? Pam?
Dwi wedi gosod her i fy hunan. Dwi eisiau cael gwared ar y bol ma, a dwi eisiau cyhyrau mawr. Dwi eisiau bod yn ffit cyn cael fy mhen blwydd yn 40.
Pryd mae dy ben blwydd?
Mis Mehefin.
Dim ond 3 mis i ffwrdd. Waw, mae gen ti lawer o waith i wneud.
Diolch yn fawr. Wel, rwy ti'n iawn. Mae gen I lawer o waith i wneud. Ond dwi'n hollol benderfynol. Mae rhaid I mi lwyddo. Dwi wedi stopio bwyta pethau melys. Dwi'n bwyta llawer o gi gwyn a salad a phethau iachus rwan.
Wyt ti wedi dechrau gwneud ymarfer corff hefyd?
Do, mi redes I 10 milltir wythnos dwytha. Mi chwaraeus I bêl-droed 5 o bochor dros y penwythnos ac mi es i'r gampfa neithiwr I godi pwysa. Dwi wedi blino'n lân. Ond mae'n rhaid I mi fynd I redeg amser cinio.
Amser cinio heddiw? Fedri di ddim.
Pam?
Ti'n cofio? Da ni'n mynd i'r dafarn amser cinio. Mae pen blwydd alwenna. Rwy ti di archebu'r bwyd yn barod ag wedi talu amdano fo. Mi archebais di dy ffefryn, dwi'n meddwl. Sglodion, wy a gamwn.
Do. Mi anghofies I am hynny. Wel, naethon ni ddim drwg. Ond paid a gadael I fi weld y pwdin siocled.
Paid a gadw I mi weld y pwdin siocled. I didn't catch everything. Oh yeah, you guys don't know what they're saying. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. The last part they were talking about what they're eating at the pub that evening, and I didn't realize I was supposed to catch those things, but I caught like 2 of those things. They have very unhealthy things. There's chips and there is chocolate pudding. Now the question is how I need collocations. I have no collocations here whatsoever. Let's see. Hong Kong is not using romanization that also has tone on a consistent basis is biting me in the butt for deciding which system to use when writing about it. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Writing about it. I mean, among the connoisseurs, no, among the linguists, like we've pretty much language interested people, right? Among us, people who like languages, we've pretty much decided on the Yud Ping system. So I would go for that. But fun fact, just a random thing that came to mind. If you want to write an article, like an academic paper about like Hong Kong things, a lot of journals, academic journals, actually force you to use pinyin, like Mandarin pinyin, even if you're literally talking about Hong Kong slang or something. Well, I'm talking about like sociology journals, not linguistics journals, because I had a sociology phase. I wrote some papers about it, like music and society, when I did my masters, and yeah, when you write about like social things, even if you're writing about Cantonese language specifically, you have to change it to Mandarin and then romanize it that way. And it's really freaking ironic. Would Italian understand Latin? You could just watch what's his name? Luke, the American guy. Just watch his video. He has tried speaking Latin to Romans. You're openly a Latin hater. Oh my god. It traumatized you, didn't it? That's funny. Some people ended up liking Latin. Some people ended up hating it. I can see why. I can see why. I mean, my housemate did like ancient Greek and Latin in school, so chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. It is. It is a very. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, same word in every language, because it comes from like shit. I don't know, Aztec or something, right? You didn't like the teacher. I think the teacher does have a big impact on your experience. Forced opinion journal thing. I know it is. It is actually. It's. I'm not even kidding. It is actually a rule, an explicit rule in lots of academic journals. And because I was reading one about like Hong Kong social things, and the opinion was wrong. What did it say? Yeah, it was about like some slogans in Hong Kong where democracy was mentioned. So democracy in Mandarin, in Cantonese is manju, in Mandarin that's minju, but then they romanize it to like minju, like minju or something, I guess. And I'm like, yeah, what is the point? Why don't you just use the freaking Cantonese? It's literally a Cantonese slogan. Yuping is what you're going for because it uses numbers. It is true, but unfortunately, numbers are also not as intuitive, just from experience. Because you're sort of like converting the numbers to tones in your head, whereas usually tone marks are like more intuitive. I mean, you get used to it eventually, but there's pros and cons, obviously. I think they chose numbers because exactly what you say, it's easy to format. Because Yuping was designed in a relatively recent age, so they sort of took that into consideration. The numbers are easier to put into things, so they chose numbers. But then afterwards, my linguist friends in Hong Kong have proposed like modifications of Yuping. So like not a new system, but an optional add-on to Yuping, where you can use tone marks in addition to tone numbers, so that it feels more intuitive to read. Yeah, Gallia est omnis divisa in partes tres. Gallia is that France? I can't tell. Diao ni lao mu. Diao ni lao mu. Yeah. That is actually what they would probably have to romanize it as. Diao. That's also how lots of Hong Kong people type now. Have I told you guys that? I mean, I'm sure Daisy knows it, but like lots of Hong Kong people type Cantonese using Mandarin because precisely we never learned any sort of romanization of Cantonese. So the ways we have to type is one, we could type it using methods that rely on the shapes of the characters, and two, the sounds of the characters. But if you don't know any romanization, you either use like ad hoc romanization, as in like inconsistent romanization systems, or people use Mandarin. So lots of Hong Kong people have actually learnt the supposed Mandarin pronunciation of characters that only exist in Cantonese. Like those characters literally don't exist in Mandarin, but for some reason, like mobile phone keyboards have them, and they have a Mandarin pronunciation that are completely arbitrary, and people learned them in order to type. So that's how people would like type Diao Li Nao Mu. That would be Diao Li Mo. Which one of them was harder to learn? Latin and ancient Greek, yeah. I wonder. I imagine Latin would be easier for me because of all. Well, there are a lot of Latin and Greek words in English, but I feel like Latin would just be more familiar, I guess. When I was at my friend's house last week, I looked at some Greek books, and then it's interesting how they use the same roots to form different things. Like literature is logotechnica or something, right? Logotechnica, it's logotechnic, and it makes sense. I guess it would make sense, but it's just lots of things are a little bit, the meanings are a bit different. Okay, back to the collocation thing. I need to see what I can do with puissai. Kotti puissai. I guess you can lift weights. What else can you do with weights? You can put down the weights, I guess. Gostung. No, not gostung. Can I say like I want to put weight on something, as in like give it importance? I feel like in every language I've learned so far, there is some sort of idiom where you say you attach importance to something. Oh, here we go. Kosi puissai, lose weight. Kosi. Dan puissai, under pressure. I'm just copying now because I have no idea. Kerdet puissai. Walk at my weight. That means saunter. I've never used the word saunter in my whole life. Ennill puissai. Gain weight. Oh, win and gain. Yeah, win and gain are the same word in lots of languages, like gagner. You win weight. Marquer puissai. Bring up weight. Tavli vim puissai. I'm gonna write these down as well, just because I want to. Kerdet ut vim puissai. Throw my weight. What does that mean? Throw one's weight about. Okay, so like I'm telling you how important I am. Tavli vim puissai. I don't know. What does pull your weight mean? Guys, English lesson please. What does pull your weight mean? I've never heard people say pull one's weight. I pull my weight. In one's own good time. Okay. Wrth fy mhwysau. Greek is easier grammatically. Is it? Oh, the alphabet is not easy for me because I was told by my friend that the Greek alphabet is basically like Cyrillic, so I'm not as scared of it now. You learn to read the Bible in Greek. Oh my goodness. Pull your weight means do your part. Oh right, yeah, that does ring a bell. That rings a bell. You're right. I wonder if that's an imported idiom in Welsh from English. To literally pull your weight. Tynnu fy mhwysau. So, oh, because it's like everyone else is pulling weights. I guess we're like doing, I don't know, we're building the freaking pyramids or something, and then people are like, dude, Israel, pull your weight. You're not working. You're slacking off. That is true. I am slacking off. I'm literally slacking off right now. And then let's see what I love collocation. If you guys didn't realize that, if you guys didn't notice, I love learning collocation. So let's see what words we can collocate with kotti, which means to raise or to lift. And I love that this dictionary has so many of these collocations. It says phrases. Some of these are phrases. Some of these are like just compound terms. So, and I don't need self-raising flour. Bore bawb pan fydd yn codi. Bore. Okay, I guess. This is some like mysterious ancient grammar that I'm not aware of. That's a thing with Welsh. There's a lot of grammar that they've lost, but it was retained in the idioms, and it doesn't make any sense. I had the same thing in Swedish. Codi llaw. Yeah, let's do codi llaw. That's a easy. Codi anifa. Ooh, I'm just going through these because it's fun. Codi. What's alia? I'm not aware of this. Is that brows? It is eyebrows. Okay. Alia. Raise your eyebrows. Fair enough. Codi angor. Wait. To weigh anchor. Codi angor song and barod. Okay, so that's literally to raise the anchor. I like this one. Raise an animal. Gyrru anifal. Aderyn neu anifal gwyllt fel arfer. Oh no! It's okay. It's an. That's a. It's not flush like. Okay, fine. It's flush related animals. Not useful. Codi arfer eistedd. I want this one. I'm gonna write it down. To sit up. So now I'm slacking. How do I say this? Doing data ni. Doing. I don't know how you say this in Welsh. I'm sitting like this, and then doing codi arfer eistedd. Slouching. That's the word slouch. Let's see. Slouch. Come on, it's a slow website. That's the problem with this website. Gwargrymu. Llipryn. Oh, it's a weakling. No, I'm not a llipryn. Let's do gwargrymu. I'm guessing that's the one. Gwargrymu, which it's interesting. Usually in a negative way to say someone isn't. Yeah. So you're not pulling your weight. Yeah, that when you said you're not pulling your weight, then it rings a bell. But I've never heard like you are pulling your weight. That is weird. What resources am I using to learn Welsh? Literally just the official textbook that everyone uses, and also I'm casually reading through a dictionary, which is something that I used to do as a teenager or like when I was like 12. What? Yeah, so my mum had a dictionary of Chinese characters. Did you guys know that there's two distinct kind of dictionaries in like Chinese languages? One is for the characters, and one is for the words, and those are different things. It's a bit like, I guess in English you have a dictionary and a thesaurus. But anyway, so when I was a kid, I used to read my mum's character dictionary. Just literally flip through it. I'm such a freaking nerd, and it was fun because I see lots of characters that you never get to see in real life. You love a good collocation. I love collocation. It's so satisfying to learn it and to get right. The phrases, I guess, the actual idioms, it gets a bit difficult. Also satisfying to learn, but collocation literally just what preposition to use, and like when you get it right, you're right. And then when you learn it and then you hear someone use it wrong, you're like, oh, that's so clearly wrong. But anyway, for those in the audience who can read Chinese, I can show you my favorite character that I found in said character dictionary. It's a very complex character which has cloud on the left and then love on the right. I forgot what it means though. Let me see. What does it freaking mean? It means what the? I don't know what that means. What is it? Thick clouds, gloomy, dark, cloudy. I guess I'm born to move to the UK, guys. My favorite character when I was a kid was Thick Clouds. Dude, Manchester is my spiritual home. Bible being a good beginner book? No. The Bible is not a good beginner book. I tried to read the Bible in Swedish. It was not a good idea. You got a dictionary and thesaurus when you was like 7 and used to be obsessed with the thesaurus. There you go. I love nerds who love dictionaries. Like, it is a huge sign that you're a nerd, but it's so great. It's like there's so much to unlock when you look into a dictionary. Like right here, right now, even if it's like in digital form. She's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, isn't she beautiful? It's a great character. I found it randomly, and I still remember the page numbers of certain radicals because I read that like half a century old dictionary so many times. I wish I had it. I think it's with my parents. I hope it's with my parents right now. I hope they didn't throw it out. It's absolutely ancient. But I know it really well. Shmai, mae gen I ffrind o Hong Kong a dwi eisiau dysgu Cantoneg iddo fo. Iddo fo? Huh? Neu, ohono fo? Dwi'n medru siarad Mandarin ond mae'r tonau Cantoneg yn anodd iawn. Ys gen ti dipiau am ddysgu ieithoedd fel yma? Gwrando llawer. Dyna'r unig peth ti'n gallu gwneud. Os ti wedi clywed minimal pairs, maen nhw'n gallu helpu. Sef parau o eiriau neu o syllables. Sef o dim ond un gwahaniaeth yn y tonau. Enghraifft, mae yn golygu prynu, mae'n golygu gwerthu. Felly maen nhw'n debyg iawn, ac os ti'n gwrando arnyn nhw llawer o weithiau, mae'n gallu helpu efo cydnabod y tonau. On a nice little walk in the woods. Are you planning to fight any bears today, Mr. Simp? Just watch out there, right? Because some of them might be coming for you. Because for your borscht. Browsing the dictionary via etymologies is a great pastime. Yeah, oh my god. How my chat is so freaking nerdy. Has anyone tried Linkopie? I have tried it. You can watch my video on it. I recommend it. It was a sponsored video, but everything I said in the video, I was being honest about it. So I'm not lying when I say some things about Linkopie. So do go to watch my Linkopie video. Yeah, okay. Oh, I was looking for collocations with Kotti. Yeah, everyone quotes language simp. Come on, you're not original. Freaking giga chads. Kotti at yr apwyd. Kotti arswyd. Oh, frightened. Something raises fright on me. I'm gonna write it down. Oh, there's so many phrases. Kotti bis, raise a finger, I guess. I mean, I'm not even gonna come back to these notes, but I just like copying them down, and then hopefully it stays in my memory somehow. Whet one's appetite. Kotti awydd ar. I'm not gonna use this one. Kotti buganod. What the heck is to raise the spectre of? Skip. Kotti calon. Oh, that's cute. Raise your heart. You guys are raising my heart by being here. Da chi'n codi fi'n halon i wrth fod yma ar y stream. Codi canu, arwain y canu. Oh, okay, never mind. Codi cast. Oh. Arfer. You have a bad habit. To build castles in the air. That is a very nice idiom, guys. Build castles in the air. Da da da da da da da. Codi castell yn yr awyr. Oh my god, I should write a piece of music about it. Codi. Because I have a composer friend who wrote a piece of music called Yr Afon yn yr Awyr. The River in the Sky. about the viaduct near Llangollen, and then this reminded me of that. This is a castle instead of a river. I should write a piece of music about that. Codi, and it's about daydreaming, which I do. And hour. Building castles in the air. I know, this is amazing. Oh, I love a good poetic idiom. They say this language is very poetic. I haven't really felt it yet, but I can see it. I can see it being poetic. Codi cloch. Raise your bell. Oh my god. I don't people probably don't even use these, but these are so beautiful. Raise a bell. Listen to me. I'm raising my bell. Codi crachen, codi cyfog, codi cynffon. Raise a tail. I don't get it. Scoot. Oh, like go away. Should I take it forth? It's so funny. Some of these English words I don't even know that well, but I can read the explanation. Raise your tail and run. Okay, that's fine. I think in Cantonese we say like flash, like disappear in a flash. Speaking of flash, there was a pretty magnificent lightning like an hour ago. Let's see. Janusz Frankowski komentował, można by z pewną ironią powiedzieć, że czasami wstępy w Biblii tysiąclecia wyglądają tak, jakby od tysięcy... Okay, I don't know what that is. Learning languages produces more nerds per capita. Oh my goodness. Cheer up. Yes, cheer up. Raise your heart. Cheer up. Może miał rację. Polecasz może jakiś konkretny przykład? Wychowrawdę Cymraeg gdy dod yn ôl at fy nghoed. I'm going to put that down as well. Again, wait, actually, you know what? I'm going to put it in my vocabulary book. Give me a second. Meanwhile, I'm going to make myself bigger because there's a lot of wasted screen real estate here. So I don't know if you guys have seen me talk about this before, but I started a vocab book in my target languages. This is like proper language learning content right now. The reason was because I did do this when I was in school learning English. Basically, my teacher forced me to do it, and I kind of enjoyed it. So I tried to do it in my current target languages, but I just sort of I never bothered to write in them. So I'm gonna do it now. And let's see. Dod yn ôl at fy nghoed. Hoed. What's coed? Trees, right? Trees. Coeden is tree. Coed. Go back to my trees. Which means to relax. That is very Waldeinsamkeit coded. I just combined a German word with a like English slang suffix to describe a Welsh sentence. Dod yn ôl at fy nghoed. No, fy nghoed. Fy nghoed. Ymlacio. I'm gonna go back to my trees now. Coti. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a lot of what do you call that? The stops, the voice stops, like the d, b, g in Welsh are actually sometimes unvoiced. So like coti instead of codi. We say coti pwysau. Coti pwysau. Gwai da cheng, talking about the book from the heaven. What? What is that? Should I know what that is? That actually sounds scary. You might be biased because you're Welsh, but you think a lot of things can be poetic. Mae'r haul yn gwenu. It is true. The sun does smile in Welsh, which I would disagree because I'm raised to hate sunshine. I'm just gonna make that take really clear. I culturally despise the sun, but Gwenny. Yeah, because sunshine is hailwen, right? Hailwen, sun smile. A book from the sky. That's cool. What was I doing again? I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I was looking at these. I'm still really enjoying reading these things. So like, I'm enjoying this surprisingly much. That's why I don't even really mind not doing any study outside of this. Codi dŵr are raise a, what do you call this? Fist. Raise a fist. That reminds me. I learned the word kildorn. Kildorn. It's literally corner fist. Corner of the fist. And then it means like this, I guess. The lower side of the fist. But then it also means a tip. Like when you go to a restaurant, you leave a corner of the fist. Apparently. It's such an interesting way to put it. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly now. I would love to actually use some of these to make sentences. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that afterwards. What is this? Raise my monkey. No, what? What does that mean? Raise one's head. I don't know what that means. What is gurichen? I don't know either of these explanations. I know trinket. Do you say handkante? I've never heard handkante. That's cool. Do you say that for trinkgeld? Because I know trinket and that's it. Gurich. Still not helping. What the fuck is this word? Blauwbach bir. Okay. Some sort of hair. Peacock blauwmachen. Okay. The Welsh is helping me. I don't understand this bristles. To angered peri I rywun fynd yn grac. To make someone angry, gwneud I rywun golli dymer. Doedd dim byd yn fwy sicr o godi ei wrchyn, godi ei wrchyn, na phlant yn bwyta losin yn ystod y wers. There's nothing more certain to annoy him, I guess, than children eating sweets during a class. Okay, you know what? I actually do like this. I like ways to say make someone angry. I think Closemaster has taught me quite a few in Polish. Rozłościć, rozgniewać, wkurzyć, wkurwić. What else? Rozwścieklić, I don't know the ending, but I'm gonna put this Welsh phrase down because I want to, because I can. Gonna put the whole phrase down. Doedd dim byd yn fwy sicr o godi ei wrchyn na phlant yn bita losin. I don't know if we say losin or dada in the north. I've never seen that one. Rozwścieczyć. Is it rozwścieczyć? Okay, yeah, I didn't know the ending. Rozwścieczyć. I do enjoy the word wściekły. It is a very... in every language, I enjoy words... I love words that are like very typical of that language's like sounds. So wściekły, like... Okay, 3 consonants, and then at the end, wściekłych. Like zżuknąć, like to turn yellow, zżuknąć. Again, it sounds very Polish, and I enjoy these, but like in Welsh, what is my favorite word in Welsh is llall, like the other one, llall, or the plural, lleill. Be ydy enw'r wefan yma? Gweadur. Dwi'n gallu dangos I chi yma. Da chi ddim yn gallu gweld y logo achos dyna ni. Ti'n gweld? Gweadur. Dwi'n gwybod pam mae maen nhw'n enwi'r wefan yn gweadur. Achos geiadur ydi o, ond gwe. Ella achos mae gwe yn swnio yn Gymraeg iawn, mae'n bosib, ddim yn siŵr. Ond dwi eisiau gweld y chat yn anffodus, felly dim logo i ni. Oh, okay. No, you don't use hand counter for trinkgeld. Okay, thank you. So yeah, well, in Welsh you use hand counter for trinkgeld. That's it's kind of a random thing. I don't know. Pulling someone's back up. See, I'm learning a lot of English idioms as well, because like I thought I knew a lot of English idioms, but no. Like when I look at the dictionary, there's so many that I've never heard of. Raise hackles, never heard that one before. Pulling someone's back up, also never heard that one before. But I learned it from this example, so I get it now. I know what it means. Getting your back up. It gets my back up. It gets on my nerves. Es geht mir auf... Wait, fuck. Es geht mir auf die Nerven, oder was sagst du mal auf Deutsch? Es geht mir... Ja, genau. Es geht mir auf die Nerven. Gets on my nerves. It piss you off. Coti gurichin. The thing is, do people actually say these things? Because one of the problems with learning Welsh is that there's so many things that exist in the language, but people don't use them because it's like sort of, it's been diluted by English. Even if someone's a native speaker, they might just end up using a lot of like English phrases or phrases calqued from English instead of the Welsh ones. So I feel like there's a big threat of these beautiful phrases just being gone because of the dilution. Mae'n dada yn y gogledd a losyns yn y de, dwi'n meddwl. Okay, well, fyddai'n sgwennu dada te, achos dwi eisiau canolbwyntiau ar un fersiwn o'r iaith. O, dwi eisiau... Os ti ddim colli dechrau y stream, dwi eisiau clonio tafodiaeth fy ffrindi. Mae'n dod o'r gogledd, o Wynedd, felly yeah. Dwi'n trio dysgu pob un gair, pob un mynegiant, dwi'n ni ddeud. Mae'n hi'n deud. We appreciate all the tidbits and knowledge you give us on Welsh, even if you're not actively learning it. There you go. I'm just a big fan of language. Like I don't even know that much about it, but I enjoy it so much. I want to spread the love. Es geht mir auf den Geist. Ach so. Es geht mir auf den Keks, Zenkel Sack. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to put that in like a German vocabulary book now. I don't even have a German one. I'm gonna put it in my quick sheets. I also enjoy handwriting. I feel like, I don't know, I've probably talked about this before, but I feel like handwriting does help the thing stick in my head more than typing. So that's what I'm doing right now. Es geht mir auf den Geist. And they all mean geht mir auf die Nerven, right? They all mean like piss me off. Keks. Zenkel. Zack. My parents... Did you just spell my in Welsh? My parents would use coti gwrychin. There will be some. Nice, very nice. I love it. Oh, there was a mellt. There was a lightning again. That was really cool. By the way, have you guys seen Dala Mellt? It is the first and currently only Welsh language series on Netflix, and I find that really cool. Well, apart from the fact that I think most of Ryan Reynolds' Netflix originals have Welsh subtitles available. I mean, that doesn't really count. It sort of helps. It helps me get more exposure. But yeah, there is one Welsh series on Netflix. It's called Dala Mellt, Catch the Lightning, literally, even though that's not the English name. Mae'r acen gogleddol yn agorau yng Nghymru. Wel, does dim un acen o, ffrind i. Mae 'na sawl acen, ac dwi'n mynd i fynd i Wrecsam am un diwrnod mewn wythnos a hanner. Felly byddan ni'n gweld sut mae'r acen yna, achos byddan ni'n siarad efo pobl Gymraeg sy'n dod o'r Wrecsam hefyd. No, dwi'n gobeithio bydda i'n siarad efo nhw. A dwi'n trio cyfarfod nhw pan ai yna. Ond maen nhw'n siarad yn wahanol iawn i ffrind fi. Zach's a bit rude. I'm surprised that Zach is a rude one. If you go to Eisteddfod, you probably hear them. I haven't been to Eisteddfod. I would love to go there. I missed the opportunity last year because I was in Lithuania, and then this year I didn't go because it's in the south and it's just absolute pain in the ass to get to. Even in the north, right? If I were to go to, like, let's say Pwllheli, which was the one. Wait, was it? Is that the one last year? Yeah. Last year it was in Pwllheli. Next year it's gonna be in is it Wrexham? Eisteddfod Genedlaethol 2025 Wrexham. Yeah, it's gonna be in Wrexham. I'm definitely gonna try and go. It's just, it gets a bit awkward when I'm alone. Like, I don't know anyone there. I might run into some people, but I don't know many people. So if any of you's going next year, go with me, because that would make it less awkward. I was also about to go to the Llangollen International Music Eisteddfod this year, but didn't work out. Acen Ynys Môn. If learning Welsh, learning Gog accent makes learners sound more fluent. I will have to agree. I feel like I don't know if that's true, but I feel like Southern Welsh just sounds more English. It's probably true, but and then it makes you sound like you can't speak it very well. I guess it's an impression. Ynys Môn is pretty great. I guess Jacob's not here anymore, but we have a regular viewer in the chat. If you're still here, say hi, Jacob. Who is from Ynys Môn, and that's really cool. I love anything in that area, like Gwynedd Môn. That's my favorite accent. I'm not sure about Cofi. I haven't heard it really. I don't know any. Okay, for the non-Welshies out there, Cofi is the accent in Caernarfon, which is commonly considered like the heartland of like Welsh speaking culture. It's in like the northwest of the country. Never been there. I know the name because we have a street named after it in Hong Kong, but I've never heard the accent. I heard it's very distinctive. It's I don't know. It's for some reason it's different. Wrexham. Oh, Zach is scrotum. That makes sense. I was just thinking a normal Zach, not a scrotum. By the way, is that a coincidence that Zach is the same in so many languages? Because in French it's like sac, and then in Hebrew it's like sach. Right, has to be something there, right? Wrexham is much easier to get to. I mean, to me, I don't know where you're based, but I mean, I'm in England, so Wrexham is easy. Where else is easy? Yeah, I mean, I'd love it for it to be like along the northern coast because it's a direct train from Manchester. Like, I've been to Bangor and Conwy multiple times. It's like the direct train. So I would love for it to be there, but once it gets to like the spots without train stations, then it gets awkward. I guess if I'm going there for a couple of days, and it's a bit easier because like the time that I'm sacrificing to get there is better compensated if I'm there for like a week. But if I were to do like a day trip in, let's say, Pwllheli, and then like, fuck me, it takes like 3 different buses from the nearest train station, and not worth it. There's smaller Eisteddfod. Yeah, I know. There is a lot of Eisteddfod. I think there's like Eisteddfods in schools as well, right? Cofies use extremely rude words in every sentence. Really? See, I had no idea. Wow, that's impressive. Do they? Because I know my friends hate it. That's basically all I know about Coffee, about Canalvon or Kvon, as I learnt the short form today, Kvon, as opposed to Kadid. Codi gwas ich pen. I think I'm not gonna go through all of it. It's just really fun to look at these things. Again with the monkeys. Codi monkey. Why are you raising your monkeys? Pack up and go. Codi tal. Codi toru. Oh, I love this language so much. Codi. Well. Anyone that is like interesting, I guess not as Kin Codi kun kair. What? Why is it? Hold on. Before the dogs of Chester wake up means very early. Do dogs in Chester wake up earlier? Is it because it's in the it's east of Wales? That's why. Oh my god. This is such a great phrase. I'm going to put it down just because it's so cool. Because Chester is to the east of Wales, that's why the sun rises a bit earlier, and that's why the dogs get up earlier, and that's why if you do something before the dogs of Chester wake up, you're doing it really early. No. Oh, what a cool. I love how geographical this is. This is such a cool phrase. I'm excited. Google the Covey word for is it the one that everyone knows? Because everyone makes fun of that word. I don't think is it a Covey thing? I have no idea. Codi pais aro piso. I do know that as well. Codi is it doing something unnecessarily, right? Codi pais. Is it in here? Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because in Cantonese, this is for Daisy, we say choi fu fong pei, which is to take off your trousers in order to fart. So that's kind of like it's the same along the same lines, right? This is raise your. I think this is like some sort of like petticoat or something, right? Yeah, petticoat. Raise your petticoat after you peed on it. No, but it's a bit different because our one is like you do something unnecessary, whereas this one is you do it when it's too late. So yeah, that's different, but like the imagery is similar. Coti pais aro piso. So great. Okay, let's look at this. This was really fun. This is like really fun. Like even if it's not useful. Codir growth. Wait, I do know growth. I learned the word growth like yesterday or something. What is growth? Oh. What? What? What is growth? Oh yeah. I learned it like in the metaphorical sense, the womb. I mean, it is the same womb, but growth is womb, and I learned it like in the sense like, oh, since I came out of my mother's womb. I guess it's the same thing, but it's just less visceral. Okay, so hysterectomy. Triniaeth lawfedegol I dynnu'r growth o'r corff. I dynnu'r. Oh my god, you done it, tynnu. You pull the womb out of the body. Oh my god. You just joined. Hello, what is the website with the idioms? Okay. I don't know if you're doing Welsh or anything, but here you go. If you're interested, I can't English anymore. I need to hide the chat. There you go. It's called Gweadur. It's a Welsh English dictionary, and it's great. It's amazing because in It has a word, and then it has like all the idioms with the word with it. Also, you can search in like either languages, and also you have the conjugation, as you should. Even though, to be fair, this is all like literary Welsh conjugation. There's like subjunctive. I love subjunctive. No, I should say I love to hate it. I hate to love it. I love to hate it. Either one. And then also, it has a place name dictionary. There's a thesaurus conjugator, place name, and this is a little preview of a video that I've been planning for like months now. Okay, I've been trying. When you see it, you're not going to be surprised, but other people are going to be surprised. I've been trying to translate Hong Kong place names into Welsh just for the lols, and this has been a great help, like just to figure out what the heck the place is like, what kinds of things show up in Welsh place names, because Welsh place names, if you guys didn't know, Welsh place names are like quite literal. They have a lot of like geographical elements in them, like this is a hill, this is a headland next to the sea, or this is a rock, which happens to be what we do in Hong Kong. That's why I wanted to do that. And then by looking through this dictionary, I sort of learned a lot of like what kinds of, for example, let's say rock. You just look up rock, and then there's like, oh, places that have like rock in it. Anyway, I diverge. I digress, not diverge. I digress. I digress. I can't English. Don't make fun of me. The petticoat one. it is very classy. It's giving het Cymreig. Caer means a fortress. Yes, but also according to the dictionary, right? The dictionary says it's Caer with a capital C, so I can only assume it is Chester, like the Caer. And it's also it's so weird that there is a place that's literally called this fortress. Right? Oh, yeah. Is there any places that are just named like a thing? I'm sure there are, but they're not coming to mind. Dwi'n licio benthyg dros amser byr o popeth yn y byd hwn. Hold on. Dros amser byr. Okay. Borrow something for a short time is everything in this world. Oh, is it like talking about the fleeting nature of our world? Is that what it's about? What's it? It's not the word I'm looking for. The transient. The transience of everything. Is that what we're talking about? Benthyg dros amser byr yw popeth yn y byd hwn. And they're related to the fact that we have no verb to possess something. There is a verb to possess something. You just don't use it. Is it meddu? Meddu ar? Yeah, meddu ar rhywbeth. And then meddiannu is to take over, right? Meddiannu dinas, meddiannu caer, meddu ar rhywbeth. But yeah, we don't use any verb to say like I have something. To be fair, Welsh has already lost a lot of like let's say the Celtic edge. Like we have a special construction to say have something, but when you look at like Gaelic, this is for Phoebe if she's still here. In Scottish Gaelic, you need like special constructions for like to know something. You say there is information at me, and what else? I don't know what else. I don't know what else, but they make everything extremely verbose, if I might say, in Scottish Gaelic. Whereas in Welsh, most of these things have been like sort of condensed into simple verb constructions. You can't say I have something, but you can say I know something. And I don't know what other ones. Anyway, let's see what else is in this book. Iaith ddefnyddiol wedi blino braidd. Yn y darn da chi'n clywed wedi blino braidd yn hollol benderfynol. I didn't clywed. I didn't hear yn hollol benderfynol, but I'm gonna remember that. Benderfynol. And benderfynol and bendant. It has to be related, right? Penderfynu and pendant. I bet it's related. And bendant means definitely. Penderfynu is to decide. So I feel like there is something in there. Decide. I love relating words to signs in BSL. Decide. Experience. Mae'n ffordd yn syth iawn. Ydy, mae'n hollol syth. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I need something to prop up the book so that it doesn't start coming apart so quickly. I'm a bit scared now because this morning I noticed there's like one long strand of spider webbing coming down from the wardrobe. It's like, shit, where is it? Where is it? It has been here. That's all I know. Where's the spider? There's use of to have hakuakam. I do know that. I've been doing Gaelic on Duolingo, so like I know the basics, the very basics. And then yeah, you say I'm wearing something. Hakota orum, right? There is a coat on me instead of I'm wearing a coat. Whereas in Welsh you have a verb wear, dwi'n gwisgo coat. Mae'n oergell yn wag. Drill. What is braidd? I never understood braidd. Braidd. I feel like the idioms part was like probably the most interesting thing I've done this stream so far. Braidd, hardly, prin. Mae'r oergell yn wag. Ydy. Fuck, oergell is feminine, right? I think llyfrgell is feminine, that's why. Oergell. It is. Is cell feminine? It is. Oh my god, I have I notice I've been saying it is a lot more than I used to. It's the Celtic influence there, like Irish people do. Because I mean, in Celtic languages, you say it is instead of yes. Oh, you just don't need the pronoun. Hollol wag. Mae stori yn wir. Mae'r arfer yn normal. Mae'r gwaith yn wahanol. Mae person newydd yn... Okay, my story... Wait, what's... Why am I drilling this? I don't need to drill this. I'm just saying it's very something. It's very safe. It's very professional. I don't need to drill this. It's fine. I can skip it. I can skip this. I think the remnants of Celtic constructions in Welsh are mostly seen in sentence using... Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Welsh does have like... There is want on me. There is what else? There is need on me. There is fear on me. But the thing is, basically, like colloquial Welsh has done away with all of those. Right? Colloquial Welsh uses like it's like usual verb construction but slightly different. Dwi eisiau, dwi angen. But then the textbook would tell you if you want to say yes, I want something, you need to say there is. Like, do you want this? There is want on me. And yeah, dwi'n ofyn rhywbeth hefyd. Dwi'n ofyn y tywyllwch. I'm scared of the dark. I fear the dark, but traditionally there is fear of the dark on me. What else? And I think it's kind of a shame. Also, like even the possession construction is sort of going away because like some people say, "Do we ever rhywbeth? I am with something," which actually is actually weirdly Icelandic. That's how Icelandic does it. Wedi dysgu enwau anifeiliaid eto. My favorite animal in Welsh is bilch goch cota. It's so... I think it's cute, but also it's like... I'm going to have to explain this. I actually don't know what gota is. what is gotta? It's a short. Is it? Oh, it's short. Okay, a short red cow. It's a ladybug. It's cute, but also it's a little bit. It's a little bit. It feels verbose. You know what I mean? And it's not my opinion either, because like when I talk to some young native Welsh speakers, they just use like English words for animals and bugs, like spider, because it's quicker to say than like privet cop. Yeah, I personally I quite enjoy Gloin Bill, which is a living coal, like the fuel, and that's butterfly. I like that. And also like the fact I also like the fact that there is the 2 dots. I can put this on screen for those people who are watching who Gloin Bill. It has the O with the dots, which looks really Germanic. It looks German or Swedish, but it's not an umlaut. It's a diaresis, which means you're supposed to treat the O and the Y like as separate things. It tells you it's not the same, not a diphthong. It's 2 separate vowels, but it looks like an Ö, and I like the fact. I like that. The licio jarvacher have. Yep, the little hens of the summer, also butterfly. I like all the animals that end with gi. There is a lot of animals in Welsh that end with dog. Not just animals, but also insults. Like well, corgi, you know, the short ones. Corgi is a like dwarf dog in Welsh. Corgi, that's where it came from. And then today I learned the word helgi. Helgi is a hunting dog, like a hound, and it just happens to mean weekend or something in Icelandic, I think. And what else? And then you can insult people, like helwithgi. You're a lying dog. A dog of lies. What's the coward one? Because when I think coward, for some reason my brain only gives me Polish. Tush. A silvergi. Yeah. Fuck. That was in my video. It was in my video and I forgot it. Okay, silvergi. Silvergi, yeah, it's a cowardly dog. Also, this is a complete coincidence. Husky. Obviously it's not from Welsh, but because it is a dog, a husky is a dog, and it just happens to end with the same ending as all the other dogs. You can, in theory, people don't do that, but in theory, you can treat the key part as dog and then pluralize it to huskun. Huskun instead of huskies. I think that's really cool. So I will always say huskun. That's a promise. Huskun. There's also something else that just happens to end with gi, and then like people did it to the ending. With me is u mnie jest, right? Yeah, I have yeah. There is quite a few languages that do that with possession. Well, Icelandic has like 3 different kinds of have. One of them is like for have done something, but then the other 2 I can't tell which is which. I think it's got something to do with like abstract and physical possessions. Do they use the word for cow to describe a lady? Why? It doesn't look like a cow. Which part of a ladybug looks like a cow? What is it in Polish? Ladybug in Polish. Oh yeah. Why would I ever forget Biedronka? Yeah, that's not a. Oh wait. Oh my god, Boża krówka. There is, you can say Boża krówka. The God's little cow. That's cute. I like Boża krówka. Bilipala. Bilipala is I don't know, it feels too childish for me. I'm just saying. I don't like Bilipala. The use of 2 dot accents. Oh yeah. Spanish also uses the two dot for the same purpose. Yeah, I mean in French. Like if you were to write my last name in French, you would need actually both my first name and last name would need the dot. It would be like Israel. You would need that. Because like diphthongs are not native to French. Hel. Yeah, it is. Like the Helgi is cognative holy, but I know Helgi means a holiday, but like I'm gonna double check. Helgi in Icelandic, that means, yeah, that means a weekend. I was right. I do still remember a tiny bit of Icelandic, tiny bit. What the hell is Skuthan? Is that Skithan? Is that Welsh? Skithan. Man bach. Why? Little mother. What's wrong with little mother? Skithan. Wood pigeon. A bitch. What? That's amazing. What's a wood pigeon though? What is that, a bird? I mean, it has to be a bird. Oh, it's like a boring bird. So you're calling someone you're a boring bird when you say you're a wood pigeon. I like that. Skithan, also nice to say. And also, by the way, I don't know if you knew that when you put the penguin emoji in there, or Phoebe when you talk about penguins, but penguin is from Welsh because penguin is literally white head. The head is white. So there you go. Bojagrufka. Bopple bach. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit like deer something, right? Or is it just completely random? Does bubble bath have anything to do, like when you say it, does it have anything to do with actual people, or is it just a random exclamation? Oh my god, people. Noel, yep. Noel is the most famous example, but I'm a freaking narcissist, so I'm gonna use my own name as the example. Welsh facts for masters. There you go. I wasn't even thinking about that, but you brought up the penguin, and then it was like, yeah, there you go. It is from Welsh. So that's at least two animals that got the name from Welsh. That's penguin and the corgi. Aya doesn't have a value other than, I don't know why they just do it. I guess it's just because French natively don't put two vowels together. I mean, obviously lots of vowel letters are put together to mean one vowel, but like it doesn't put two vowels together. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. My brain's in Welsh at the moment. Mochen. You guys giving me all the good stuff. I'm not doing any studying tonight. I'm like, fuck me. It's not happening anymore. I'm just gonna look at chat and like learn really fun things, fun facts. I need to put them down somewhere. You know what? I'm gonna keep putting things in my vocab book. What would you call a vocab book? Just a llyfr geirfa? Ella? Bobl bach or mam bach, but like mam bach sounds funny. What else? Yeah, we just had the wood pigeon one, which is I forgot already. That's why I need to write down. Skithan. What else? Let's go through it. Tylwyth Teg. What is Corachod? Corachod. Is that like a fairy tale? Because I know Tylwyth Teg is a fairy. Corach. I can't do a dwarf. Okay, it's not a useful word. I'm not. Blaming dwarves. Oh, you gremlins! You corachod, bobl bach sy'n dinistrol dydd fi. Support Welsh and penguins. Yes, gathering the support. Cascally. No. What do you say? How do you say gather support? What would the see collocations? Guys, help me. What's a collocation? How would you collocate? How do you say gather support? Speaking of which, I just learned today that hell, which means like to hunt, which is also the hunting, like helgi, hunting dog. It can also mean like collecting things, like because I learned it from the context of a squirrel collecting food. Hell, but apparently it's a northern thing, so I don't know what the southern word would be. Vokabelheft. Ja, habe ich eins. Ja, Vokabelheft. Ein Vokabelheft für alles. Für alle Sprachen. Also nicht gleichzeitig, sondern ich habe ein Vokabelheft für jede Sprache, aber alles ist virtuell, also alles lebt einfach hier auf diesem Gerät. Bochdel. I do know Bochdel. It was in my... have you seen my video? Philip, did you see my video? Bochdel was... I actually used like multiple animals as my examples because they're cute. And Bochdel is obviously my favorite animal. if you don't know why, go look on my channel. I love Bochdel. I do like... oh wait, I recently learned it. Nobody actually uses the word, but rodents is knovilod. Knovilod, rodents. Dwi'n dwlu ar knovilod. I like rodents. I would love to have a llygod yn fawr. I'm thinking about it actively. And it just happens to be the fact that my friend who showed up on the stream, like, I don't know, 2 streams ago, and calls themselves llygod yn fawr. A big mouse on YouTube. You did see the video, yes. What's a morvilch? Yep, I do know morvilch. What's a mochen deer? Is it deer? Deer, like D-A-E-R-R, right? Deer, like deer. I'm just like, there's a dozen people watching me reading fun vocabulary right now. Hunting and gathering dog. There you go. Tomfoolery. Does it have anything to do with Toms? Like, what have you got against Toms, guys? What's wrong with Toms? Why is tomfoolery? Is there a verb for tomfoolery? I don't know. Or shenanigans, I guess. I don't even know where the word comes from. I need to. Shenanigan. Oh my god, did I just say that and then like multiple people left the stream? Where does shenanigan come from? Of uncertain origin. Okay, wow. Okay, never mind. Very complex. Capybara. Where is capybara from, actually? It's funny because I actually first learned about capybaras from Welsh memes. So I thought it was a Welsh word. Fun. Because it sounds like it could be a Welsh word, capybara. And bara, it means bread. And the thing looks like a loaf of bread, right? Capybara. So I thought it was Welsh because I learned of it from a Welsh meme page. Okay. Grass eater. Okay, fine. Thank you for your commitment to the bit. It was a good bit. Good. Everyone. Oh, you mean Phoebe changed it? I see now. That's good. I should probably change it, but then I realized my name on my channel is just Rhapsody in Lingo. I feel like some people who just joined might actually not even know what my name is. But yeah, my name on my music channel is my actual name. So I could change it to the one with dots, the French one. I have no clue why we called beavers the same word as a terrifying mythical sea beast that haunts the north. Do you know how scary beavers are? Like, guys, beavers are an absolute menace. Begithiad pendant, absolute. Curva grison. Avanc. But I did look it up. Yeah, I did look up beaver in Welsh, and it happens to be the same word as a freaking lake monster. Like, imagine, I don't know, a Loch Ness monster or something. I find that cool. And also beavers are both cute and very menacing. let's just leave it at there. Kurwa capybara. Oh my god. Jakie bydle, kurwa. I know that thing by heart now. Oh, kurwa gryzie. Capybara is from... Oh, guinea pigs are from South America. I didn't know that. Capybara is a huge guinea pig. Welsh... There is Welsh in Argentina, so when they meet... I really doubt it. I mean, I looked it up, and capybara comes from, like the actual indigenous languages. So I doubt there's any Welsh influence in that, but I'm just saying, it just happens to look like it could be a Welsh word. I don't know. But how would you pluralize that? Capybaraud? Capybaraud? Gwasanator. I've heard of that. Slave to the snake. You guys are so dramatic with just naming... To be fair, dragonfly. Dragonfly is also pretty dramatic. Oh my god. Dragon... What? How? In what way is a dragon? It's like... Wait, did Jan Mega get any dragon moves? Let's see. Nope. Okay, yeah, I'm just looking up because the dragonfly Pokemon is often considered as a dragon because it's a dragonfly, but it has nothing dragon about it. Libelle. Is that German? Libelle? I've never seen the word, but you capitalize it, so I could only assume it's German. From New Latin. Oh, it is. It's a doublet of niveau and level. Wasserjungfer. I can't switch. Okay, it's from the same root as level. Domesticating raccoons. Raccoons are pretty huggable. I mean, look at that freaking tail. That's so huggable. It's like a giant squirrel. Squirrels look like they could be huggable if they were bigger, but they're tiny, so they're not. And then, but beavers are not huggable because their tail is like a... What is the sign language word for beaver? Not a beaver scout. I want a beaver. Okay, never mind. Can't find it. But what was I thinking? Yeah, I was thinking I want a rat because a rat seems like it would be huggable. Because I like rodents, but I also like huggable animals. So I want a bigger one. I guess guinea pigs could be an option, but rats seem really playful. Yeah, and I like going against the grain. Right, most people hate rats. That's part of why I like it. That is just literally, that is me with my like my pro underdog stands. I just always support the underdog, like with languages, obviously, with like minoritized languages, and then I like rats partly because people hate them. Washi Vingwasi. No, what? You serious? You call people your slave? That is so kinky. Is that a word that I can say on stream? I hope it is. I'm gonna put that down as well, just because. Washi. It's like digger. Or very different, I guess. In terms of meaning, but it's a cute thing to call your friend. Oh, friendly word for a boy. That makes sense. Like knecht, I guess. Like a boy. Right? Knecht is a male servant and a boy. Yep. Speaking of which, another Welsh fun fact for you guys, especially for you, Phoebe. There is a peak, I think, in Eryri, or as we say in English, Snowdonia, called Cnicht. Cnicht. And that's actually the old English word for knight. It came from the word knight, like as in like swords and everything, before English freaking dropped the K and dropped the H and became just knight. So Knicht was the OG knight. There's your fun fact. So there's a peak called that name, Knicht, in Wales. I would love to check it out just because it's got a cool name. There's money in breeding and selling them. Yeah, fair enough. People probably don't know what they're getting themselves into. Yeah, Knight is cognated Knecht, you're right. Yeah. So it's funny because Knecht in German is like a pretty lowly thing. It's a slave or like a male servant. Whereas Knight, I mean, you can see the connection because in English, a knight serves like a king. He serves someone. But at least in modern English, knight is like a very dignified kind of thing. But whereas in German, it's just like a very negative thing. It's negative, right? I think that's my impression. Chinchilla. What about chinchilla? Haven't thought about chinchillas. What? Actually literally never thought about that. It is really freaking cute. Giant freaking ears. I love it. Oh, how big are they? They're pretty big. Oh, actually, good idea. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. I haven't had a pet for a year and a half since my hamster passed away. I still have some hamster stuff. I was too attached to throw them out. I have my homemade what do you call that? Forgot the word. And no, what do you call it? Anyway, the area, the area where it lives, like it's not a cage because a cage has bars, but yeah, so I have stuff. So I would love to have anything, a bochtel or a what? I'm gonna name him something in Welsh for sure. If I ever get another pet, it's gonna have a cool Welsh name. My last hamster was named in Cantonese. There's a T. A butler in shining armor. Yeah. Knecht is something you say for loser. There you go. Yeah, that's a negative thing for sure. Oh, someone's giving lots of hearts. Everyone, go give hearts. I've heard people call their partner blottin tatus. So cute. See, that's the kind of thing that I would never learn from textbooks. Thanks for giving me all this good stuff. That's cute as heck. It's the flower of a potato. Do potatoes have flowers? Potato. Do they bloom? They do bloom. Yeah, they do bloom. Yeah, of course they do. You just never see them because you eat the potatoes before they bloom. Oh, that looks odd. I'm just gonna put it on screen because I basically am not gonna study anything. I'm learning a lot for sure, but I'm not studying. I should say the opposite way. I'm not studying, but I'm learning a lot. That's what I mean to say. Yeah, that's a potato flower. I've never seen one in my life. It looks a bit, I don't know. If you ask me, it looks a bit weird. It's got a little thing poking out of it. I don't know any words. See? That's what happens when you get to an area of vocabulary where you don't know anything in any language. It's like me with food. I don't know food vocabulary in any language, not even my own. You call a lot of people blods. Where are you guys from? You Charlie and E. O le dach chi'n dod? Sgen i'n syniad. Dwi ddim ond yn gwybod bod chi'n licio ac yn Ynys Môn. Dyna I gyd yn gwybod. Felly, ella dach chi'n dod o'r Ynys neu rhywle yn y gogledd, ond ddim yn bosib i wybod o'r cyd-destun. Felly, rhaid I mi ofyn. I feel like my practice in like the intonation is paying off a little bit. I'm not sure what I sound like to native speakers now, but I think I sound like not an English speaker in terms of like the intonation, because I've been trying really hard to like absorb the sounds when I'm listening to things. Like if you've seen my earlier streams, I did a lot of like shadowing, but also I feel like I speak quite differently in front of a mic versus like talking to people Because I mean, everyone does. Like, everyone does. Because even me speaking English right now, it probably sounds a little bit more deliberate than how I normally do. But when I speak Welsh in real life, which I don't do very often, I feel like I sound more English. I don't know. I have no idea why. I have no idea. And maybe partly because I'm less confident, I guess. When I'm on stream, I'm like, I feel like I'm in control, and that helps me. Or maybe not in control, more like I feel more performative. It feels like I'm performing, and that's why I feel more comfortable using like a native like intonation, or like going up and down a bit more the way that I hear it. I guess when I talk to people in person, I feel more self-conscious. Like I feel like I'm pretending if I start talking like this and going up and down. Oh my god, I sounded really Welsh for a second. Yeah, I'm sort of analysing my own language use right now, live in front of you guys. Felly cymysged, o gog o hwntw o'r canorbarth from metal. Dwi'n dod o'r ffin Cymru a Lloegr, croeso swallt. Yeah, dwi'n nabod croeso swallt. It's a mouthful. How do you say it's a mouthful? It's dwi'n nabod oes croeso swallt o'r podlediad Doctoriaeth Cymraeg, achos wnaethon nhw podlediad yn cyntaf yn Wrexham, ac felly ac wedyn roedd yr ail what is it, episode yn croeso swallt. Cegaid. Do you say cegaid? Do you say a word is a cegaid? I think that might be like an English idiom thing, when you say a word is a mouthful, because a mouthful has a literal meaning, and that's like a mouth worth of liquid. What was I looking for? Episode. Oh, penod, yeah. Penod or episode. Mam o'r gogledd, dad o'r de, ac a fi wedi fy magu yn y canolbarth, felly oh my god, that sounds like a bad word. Is that a bad word? It sounds like a really bad word. I don't know why. I don't know where I got that from. Mae fy Nghymraeg I ddim yn perffaith achos dwi'n byw ar y ffin. Dysges I efo fy nheulu. A dysges ti o'r teulu neu ar ben dy hun? Achos dwi'n nabod pobl sy'n siarad Cymraeg yn eitha naturiol. Ond mae nhw wedi dysgu'r iaith ar ben eu hunain, achos doedden nhw ddim yn siarad Cymraeg yn y teulu, felly mae'n bosib hefyd. Mae'n lawer o bobl sy'n dod yn siaradwyr Cymraeg yn hwyrach yn y bywyd. Gobeithio fi yn y dyfodol. Llond cig. But like, is that like a literal mouthful? Like, speaking of which, I do want some water. Like a mouthful of water, or can I use that to say this word is a mouthful? Like, it's a hard thing to say. Because I was gonna say croeso swallt is pretty hard to say. Croeso swallt. Let's just agree. Croeso swallt is pretty hard to say. I'd rather say Llanfairpwll. Okay, I might end the stream in the near future, but I might just do like a few more things. Maybe I'll finish the first uned. I'll finish the first unit finally, and then I'm gonna end the stream there. VST. Oh my god, since you're here, might as well ask you, do you ever say B or like BS? Because I know bivaru is like an exception, but I've never seen anyone say mi VSE in real life. I've seen it on Duolingo, that's it. Edrychwch ar y brawddegau yma a newidiwch y gair sydd wedi ei danlinellu. Mi fues I yn yr Alban ar wyliau y llynedd. Mi fues I... Oh, where the fuck did I go last year? Mi fues I yn Lithuania ar wyliau y llynedd. You can say something sound like a mouthful. Okay, well, mae croeso swall yn llond cig. Yndi. Neu tydi. Oh, question time. That's a whole different can of worms. Lle fues ti ddoe? Lle fues ti mis yn ôl? Mi fuodd o yn y dre ddoe. Mi fuodd o yn yr ysgol ddoe. Mi fuon ni yn y cinema dros y penwythnos. Mi fuon ni yn Llundain dros y penwythnos. Fuoch chi yn y swyddfa wythnos diwetha? Fuoch chi yn y brifysgol wythnos diwetha? Mi fuon nhw yno am bythefnos. Mi fuon nhw yno am 3 mis. Am 2 mis. Fues ti... Let's see, tanlinellwch y geiriau mewn 4 blwch. Dylech chi fod wedi bod yn y llefydd yma yn y mis diwetha ac yn barod I siarad amdanyn nhw. Wow, that's evil. Will there be a stream next weekend as well? Again, Strawberry, I can't promise. I would love to do that, but can't promise. It depends on lots of factors, like whether I have the time, but I have the intention to. Oh, you know what? Again, some behind the scenes for you guys. There is a good chance that this time next week, I will be hectically editing a podcast because basically how... Well, as you guys didn't know, I have a podcast with my friends in Cantonese about languages. So if you speak Cantonese, listen to the podcast, but I assume you guys don't. And how it works is we have to pay monthly for the hosting, podcast hosting, right? So we, because of our schedules and timetables, we can only record on weekends. And if someone happens to be like away, like I was in London last week, then we just can't record that week. So, but if we don't put out an episode onto Patreon for a month, we have a net loss because we need to pay for the hosting. So this time next week, there's a good chance we will have just finished recording, and I'll be very hectically and desperately editing the podcast and transcribing it within like the last 3 days of the month. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get it done quickly. But yeah. Dwi'n meddwl mae'r ffordd orau I ti wella di dysillaf penultimate. Dwi ddim yn gwybod mae'r gair Cymraeg. Mae dacen yn naturiol iawn. Y ffordd orau I ti wella ydy dysillaf. What do you mean? My penultimate syllable. Do you mean like my stress is off? You're heading out now. Well, hope to see you again next time. I might stream tomorrow, but I also have a deadline coming, so we'll see. Probably next week. I'll be here next week. But what was I saying? Yeah, can you explain more? Like, is it like how is it the intonation or is it the length? Is it? I didn't try enghraifft. Croeso swall. Enghraifft. Croeso swall. Croeso swall. O ysbyty. Ysbyty. I don't. Yeah. I'm waiting for the esboniad. Where meanwhile, I'm gonna skip this because I don't want to talk about this. Oh my god, there's a lot of grammar here. But thankfully I don't really need to learn grammar because my understanding of grammar is okay. Mi redais 10 milltir wythnos diwetha. Okay. Mae'n iawn. I'm gonna do this grando. BSE for me is formal. You would use it when talking to someone older. Really? Yeah, I guess it's like, in theory they're different, because SE is I went to, BSE is I was there, I guess. I was in London for a week. BSE and Llundain am wythnos. But in practice they mean the same thing. The stress isn't off at all, but people tend to really stress the penultimate syllable. Like, oh, so you say I should really stress it. So, croesoswallt. Or that's not a good example. Let's find a better. Gwylio a gwrando. Mae Lowri Morgan yn enwog ymosod heriau iddi hi ei hun. Mae hi wedi rhedeg ras yng nghoedwig lawr Amason ac yn yr Arctic. Yma mae Lowri yn cyflwyno, like, stress it a lot, cyflwyno ei hun. Gwrandewch am cantores glasurol, ond wastad eisiau bod. So I guess you might be saying like I'm like speeding through the syllables a bit. Like I should give it more space to sound, I guess. So cantores, instead of cantores glasurol, o'n i'n wastad eisiau bod. Fe ddechreuodd fy siwrne gwthio'n ffiniau personol. I don't want to siaradwch. I'm not going to siaradwch. Yes. Oh, yeah. There we go. That was quick. That brings me back to the time when there was a bunch of Polish people correcting my pronunciation for something really minimal. Oh my god, it's almost 3 hours. Shit, that's not good. Right. Should I do this? Sounds like my uncle. Oh my god. I don't even know what accent I have. Okay, actually, you know what? It's a bit late. I shouldn't let it go on for too long, sadly, even though I'm enjoying this a lot. It's a great interaction. It is a bit late, and I do have things to finish off this penwythnos, this weekend, or helgi in Icelandic. So I need to diolch. Wait, what's the verb? Thank. Do you say just diolch? Okay. Diolch I chi, I gyd. Thank you so much for being here. It's fun. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? So I'm gonna have. I haven't filmed my next video yet because I'm busy with my music this week. But I will be filming after I'm done with the music, and then I'm gonna have more Welsh / not necessarily Welsh centric content coming out, just related to like. It's based on my experience learning Welsh, obviously, but it's like more language learning in general. So yeah, and helps, if you don't mind, help support the channel. Of course, it would be lovely if you would join like Camille did today. Thank you very much again, Camille. But even if you don't join the channel member, you would be of great help if you could like just watch more stuff, basically like share them and that kind of stuff. And yeah, nos da. Dobranoc. Nos da, very good. Nos da. Oh my god, I'm spreading the Welsh to the Poles. I'm building the bridges. A pontiai. I literally, my brain just tried to mix the Welsh and the Polish words for bridge, because in Welsh it's pont. Is it pont or pont? It's pont. Yeah, pont. It's pont. And then in Polish it's most, and my brain wanted to give like mont, because you can say they're similar, right? They start with like a lip consonant and end with a T. Anyway, that's it. I'm rambling. I have to go now. Thank you very much. I'll see you at some point, and hope to see you again next stream. I'll try to schedule in advance so that like people can like, how do you say, odłożyć czas, like set aside